Singapore Art Week kicks off tomorrow with more than 100 events across the island, from galleries and museums to art precincts and even unconventional spaces.
Well, one of the highlights is a set of 6 sculptures in the Central Business District that will incorporate augmented reality into the visitor experience, and it's Singapore's first ever AR-enhanced public art trail, the fruit of a 3-month-long collaboration between non-profit arts organization MeshMinds Foundation and 6 local artists.
The 9-day festival will also take you where you might least expect to see art, like this from a ship repair factory that has been turned into a pop-up exhibition.
And for more, we're joined by Vasey from non-profit art organization MeshMinds and Audrey Yeo, project manager of Strange Things, one of the art pop-ups at the festival. Ladies, thanks very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start with you. So, very intriguing having AR incorporated into a public trail. Tell us what inspired this journey of yours.
So we're finding that augmented reality can actually connect us in new ways. It can make us have new conversations. And what we've done is selected 6 artworks in the Central Business District, where perhaps people might just be rushing to work and not really noticing actually the wonderful works, the rich works that have even been in place since the 1980s. They might rush past and not even know these wonderful stories that are actually held within these artworks. So, for example, Kumari Nahapan, she did Pumbungan. It's right near the Singapore River. That's where all of the spices came into Singapore, chilies and nutmeg. So just by looking through your smartphone, you'll be able to bring that whole mural to life. Also, another one is Chua Boon Ki. He's down at the Singapore Chinese Cultural Centre. He made this wonderful metal sculpture and he used these beautiful strokes. So what we did is we put a virtual reality headset on him and we asked him to recreate those strokes. We took those and then we put that into augmented reality. So there's all sorts of these wonderful experiences that blend the real world, the virtual world, and then bring it back to life through just looking through your smartphone, all powered by Facebook.
Oh, lovely. But the other thing is, how did you decide, or how did you pick some of these places, and what made you choose them, as opposed to others?
Well, we were very fortunate to be working with the National Arts Council, and they are the ones that they're the key holders. So they had this lovely list of, artworks. They thought, wouldn't it be lovely if we did have that augmented layer just to draw people in again to those stories? Let's retell the inspiration, the stories behind them, those hidden narratives. So we were given a list, and then we were given free rein to then just select which ones would be the best. Now, augmented reality does have some limitations. You know, there are some, if it's a very highly reflective surface, it simply won't work. So we worked all together collaboratively to select the right ones that would come to life in the best way possible. And it's just the beginning.
Audrey, let's bring the conversation to you. So, your team put up this pop-up called Strange Things, and that's going to be at a former ship repairs factory. We saw a clip of it just now. Tell us more about the choice of location. It's not somewhere that you would normally associate with having an art exhibition.
Well, I mean, we've had this fantastic opportunity to use a kind of historic space that's in its transitional stage. I mean, you have this old building that's amongst sort of the new and rebuilt. So for artists, for all of us, it's very exciting to be able to create works in that. So it's kind of seeing art outside of the white cube gallery space, creating something new. I think it really inspires artists and the audience alike to look at art in a different way, rather than just something that's on the wall, but also something that is in a kind of meaningful site for us. I mean, we have a big history in Singapore with the ships, with the port city and the ships, and we have this opportunity to create a very interesting art project there.
Yeah, tell us more about the exhibits that are inside. What exactly are you trying to convey in terms of the messaging of the exhibition?
Yeah, so we have a bunch of Southeast Asian and local artists, and some of them have dealt with the history of the space. They're looking at traditional craft design. I mean, we've also been working with a lot of the neighborhood, so the woodworking, the woodworking shops and the metal shops to create some of these site-specific works. We have wonderful craft and design workshops that we're doing over this weekend. Actually, Saturday and Sunday it'll be open. We've also created video installations, because it's sort of a space that we can light up quite in a very very fun way. And we have this massive installation by Dawn Ng, actually, where she's responded to the colors, to this kind of the whole environment and architecture, but she's created this kind of splintering of time. I mean, I don't want to give away all of it because you have to come and visit, really, to see what it's like.
But a teaser, though, because I understand, speaking of out of the box, there will be a live cow to installation that will be involving some 299 pieces of L-shaped mirrors. Okay. So what's that? And I mean, just reading it, I'm confused. A live cow to installation. Can you tell us a little bit about that tease? I mean, a little teaser for those who want to go tomorrow.
Well, Wong Lip Chin is a very interesting Singaporean artist. I think you see a work of his every couple of years, and all of his projects have been amazing. So this time we've sort of worked with a Hindu temple to borrow a live cow. It's sort of speaking about the sort of Jalan Besar neighborhood, the sort of religious, cultural, traditional sort of livelihood that happens in the area. He's also looked at some of the old gods and altars that we've had. It's very superstitious sort of feng shui or bomo kind of Singaporean ideas, and this artist has really worked with a lot of that ideas in creating performance artwork. So we do have a few performance works. We have site-specific installation, I think, all really related to the tradition of the area.
Right. Well, very exciting.
Yeah, I love how it's a location that's nondescript, and you go in and whoa, there's all this stuff that's happening inside.
Very impressive indeed.
Yes. Looking forward to that. It starts tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming in and speaking to us. We've been speaking with Vasey from non-profit art organization MeshMinds and Audrey Yeo from Project Manager of Strange Things.